How's it? Welcome to the podcast. You're listening to Green Dog Blitz, hosted by Brian Anderson and Agobian. Throughout the show, we'll attempt to control the line of scrimmage. Let's get to it. All right, Brian. NFL football's here, buddy. Week 10 is upon us. Week 9 is in the hopper. And if you don't mind, I'm going to jump right into some headlines here. It was trade deadline, November 4th. Who was selling, who was buying. We're not going to break down the virtual GM, put our GM hat on, but we'll just mention a couple big names. The Jets were sellers. I guess they're giving up on that one-win record right now. Cornerback Sauce Gardner to the Colts, 3-time Pro Bowler, pretty big move. And they also, Cowboys also got in the game trying to make up for that Micah Parsons loss. They got a couple defensive players. I don't know if it's quite enough. Jacoby Myers, to the Raiders, went to the Jaguars, from the Raiders, and another wide receiver, Rashid Shaheed, traded from the Saints to the Seahawks, perhaps giving Sam Darnold another weapon. They feel like they're relevant. So those are kind of some of the big moves. Really busy. Haven't seen anything like this last couple of years. Busy November 4th trade deadline, huh?
Yeah, and then also just what the Colts gave up for Sauce Gardner seemed to be a lot. I mean, like at first, I think it was a first round, maybe two. I don't know. I don't think too deep in this, but anything above like a second or sometimes even third round, you get these big names and you get a third round player. But so Sauce, he's got the sauce. So we'll
I think
see.
there was a little bit of desperation too, this late in the season, and
Yeah.
you're thinking to yourself, "Oh, we might have a chance. Let's overreach and let's overpay." And the other team knew that, and they stuck to their guns and said, "Give me a lot, and if they can take it, they'll get it." So we'll see.
Yeah.
It's all relative, like you said.
I also,
Yeah.
yeah, and I also saw that there was another. They wanted the Chiefs wanted Brees, their running back, and they said
Mhm.
no. So even they did draw the line in the sand somewhere, so they're not
Yeah.
totally getting rid of everybody. So
Good call.
yeah, interesting stuff. We'll see how it all shakes out. Eventually, we'll totally forget about that. These players were on their other team, and we move forward. But we'll see if the Colts can actually make something happen here. Kyler Murray's out, and then headline number two for Arizona. Did I jump ahead too fast or no? I thought you
No,
maybe
I think
no. Okay.
I think that was where we need to go. And
Yeah.
I think you and I talked about this. Jacoby Brissett, he kind of looks like he's jump started that offense.
Yeah.
There's actually throwing the ball, putting up some yards, putting up some touchdowns. They've had some tough losses throughout the year. I'll give Kyler Murray that much credit. But Gannon, Murray, that the head coach and quarterback doesn't seem to be meshing. Perhaps this is Gannon's last ditch effort to keep his job and switch up the offense a little bit and see if he can't get relevant, right?
Yeah, you got to do it, and it's making an impact. So
And Kyler Murray will get another chance. This is a retread league. You know that. Someone's going to be like, you know what? We need a quarterback. He was a starter for 5 years. Let's reclamation project him and see if we can't make something of it, a la Sam Darnold. We've seen it before, correct?
a la Jacoby Brissett, a la Daniels or whatever his name is. So I mean, like
Yeah.
I can't even keep these names straight. Like Mariota, just go down the list. Flacco.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, my goodness, yeah, and just rinse, wash, and repeat.
Yeah. And then
All
we were
right.
talking about head coaches. Remember Dan Quinn? We were talking about the Vikes coach not keeping in Carson Wentz too long last week. Well, now it's
Yeah.
head coach Dan Quinn said it was his fault. He didn't pull Jaden Daniels early enough and a 38-7 loss in the fourth quarter. And now Daniels is injured for the rest of the season. So, these head coaches got to get it together.
Yeah, they got to make the hard decisions. So,
Mhm.
there were a record was broke. Crash, boom, bang. Cam Little nailed a 68 yarder NFL record. Man, good for him. And then in another game, there was another attempt. I think it was the Cowboys game, but he didn't make it. But I predict that this record will be broken once again in this season. There's just people are
Wow.
kicking, like it's just crazy the distance that they get on these balls. So, which you had an input,
Uh,
you have a point on
I
that,
did.
right?
I did. They have it's called the K ball. K, capital K, stands for kicker. And these kickers are allowed to have their own K ball they can bring with them to the games. And so some of them are a little deflated, some of them are inflated, however the kicker likes it. And so that's made a big difference. And instead of having some deflate gate like the Patriots did back in the day, now they just
Yeah.
say, you know what, kickers use your K ball. And it's obviously affected the game, letting these guys kick these 68 to prediction 70-yard field goal coming up. So maybe the NFL will look at that K-ball and say, maybe this isn't the best thing for the league, because it's like
Yeah.
you get on the line, you take one first down, your robo leg kicker kicks a 70-yard field goal, and you're up 3-0 after one first down. Is that what the NFL really wants?
Yeah. And I guess it's BYOB for the kickers. Bring your own ball. Yeah.
I love it, Ryan. And then how about this under the radar news segment, only proprietary Green Dog Blitz. Thank you for your listenership. Additionally, quote, the NFL announced the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Chicago Bears game on Black Friday will be broadcast to a worldwide audience on Prime Video. Now, why is this a big deal, Brian? It marks the first game ever broadcast globally on Prime with no subscription required. So, hey, the NFL is trying to go global, baby. We've seen all these international series. Now we're seeing the streaming. So let's see if they're trying to make an impact here. You can catch up to the football, the other football sport, the world sport, soccer.
Yeah, you can go shopping on Black Friday and watch football on the same website, right? I mean, brilliant. One-stop shop. All right, let's move on to the good, the bad, and the ugly. Good for us, man. Our teams, the Rams and the Vikes, both winners in this last week. A little more surprising for the Vikings than the Rams, I think. But hey, we both answered the call. And if you ask any Vikings fan, I think that it's a little bit sweeter because we didn't expect that with our entree. A W with our entree. But so yeah, so good for them. Bad.
Way
What do
to
you got
circle
going?
back, Brian. Way to circle back, too, because last week we were a little nervous about your team. You said your season was over. And I
I
said,
know.
wait, let's see if they can pull a rabbit out of the hat. And they did. The
Yeah.
Rams beat a team they were supposed to beat. They beat the one-win Saints. That was needed. You can't get ultra competitive NFC West division. So even though it was like, oh, they beat the Saints, well, they needed to beat them. And then Minnesota Vikings, they beat the Detroit Lions. They need to. And then, like you said, Green Bay lost. A winner, NFC North dinner. Awesome job. And then
Fantastic.
let's move into the bad, like you said. How about Colts QB Daniel Jones? It was his first bad performance of the year. You say, why is he bad on here? Well, it's his first bad performance of the year. Let's see how he responds. Hopefully it was just a blip on the radar, or is he maybe, what's that thing say? They become a pumpkin after midnight and everything changes.
Yeah.
And so hopefully it's not a bad trend starting, and hopefully he continues to get back on track, right?
Yeah, no, I hope we haven't reached midnight yet. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's you're only as good as your last performance here in the NFL. So, instead of the ugly, I want to switch this to the unlucky. I'm just looking at the Washington quarterbacks, and Jaden Daniels went down with just a painful looking injury to his non-throwing arm. But then you look back at some of these other quarterbacks from Washington. Alex Smith suffered this horrific leg injury several years ago and worked his way back incredibly. I mean, that guy is a workhorse. And then Robert Griffin the third, RG3, he tore major ligaments in his right knee during a playoff game, and that just derailed his career really in his development. Colt McCoy fractured his right fibula, and then now Jaden Daniels. So just a tough break, no pun intended. But these quarterbacks for Washington in particular just doesn't look good.
It's interesting. Is this like a curse, or is this just like a
Right.
field? Is it a turf issue? Is it a coaching issue? I know they've gone
Mm.
through different head coaches throughout this period, but wow, that timeline of unlucky Washington quarterbacks. Beware whoever's suiting up next, right? Man, watch out, Mariota. All
Yeah, no
right.
doubt.
It's interesting. Okay, let's move on to the red carpet spotlight, Bry. Week 9, who wore it best? Who wore it worst? What do you think about the Packers 1932 Classic? Did you like it?
I gotta say I did. I thought that looked sweet, man. I mean, I don't know what else to say. It's just like the helmets actually looked like leather helmets. It looks like a throwback big time. I mean, like
I liked
perfect.
it too.
Yeah.
I liked it too. I thought it was good. I thought the leather helmets looked good. We weren't around then, obviously, but I thought it was pretty cool to see that. And then they had that navy blue jersey with the gold numbers and tan pants,
Yeah.
and the pants kind of matched the helmet. And we've always talked about this. The Green Bay Packers have a horrible color palette to begin with. So anything to
Yeah.
change up that puke mustard and
That's probably
crap
it.
crap green really helps. So I think
Yeah.
that's good too. I really like the Seahawks throwback with that silver helmet and royal blue, and they had those silver pants with like green and blue stripes. I think it looks awesome.
Yeah, I
Um,
do too. Good
yeah,
throwback again. Yeah.
And then the Washington football team, the Commanders, they had their Super Bowl throwbacks on. It was almost like the old Washington Redskins. Am I allowed to say that name? Washington Redskin uniforms, but
We
instead
can
the only
bleep it
difference,
out.
yeah, and the only difference is they had that W on the helmet, but everything else looked like a la Redskins with a burgundy helmet, white jersey, burgundy pants, gold masks on their helmets, old school. So I thought that was pretty cool, reminding me of the 80s and 90s when Gibbs was winning those Super Bowls. And then
It just
the
begs the question, can they ever go back to the Native American on their helmet? I
you
mean,
know, maybe after time is settled and that will become maybe a throwback,
right.
kind of like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers where they're creamsicle ones with the
Hmm.
Bucko Bruce, and the Patriots have the guy Pat hiking the ball. Maybe that old Redskin Native American imagery will become a throwback and not a negative. But time will tell, right? We'll
Yeah.
see. Good
Yeah,
question,
we'll
Bry.
see. Yeah.
A great question. Also, lastly but not leastly, Cowboys on Monday night. Ooh, they lost. But more importantly, we're talking about the red carpet spotlight. They had a red stripe on their helmet instead of just two blue stripes. They went red, white, and blue. They did that for the first time in 1976, way back when, for a USA Bicentennial Celebration award all season. Now they just bust it out once a year for a salute to service, to stay patriotic. So I thought that was pretty cool. And you got an update, Week 10 fashion coming up.
Yep, yep. Broncos doing a throwback, doing the D on their helmet again on Thursday Night Football. It's a good look. We both
Yep.
agree. And the Saints go marching in with a white helmet, white jersey, gold letters, and the gold. What do you call that thing?
Fleur de lis.
Yeah, yeah. Good job, man.
Yeah,
Should have been a trivia question.
right.
Yeah. So it's fresh look, I think. So yeah, whatever the Saints can do to freshen up things will be good.
Oh,
So.
no kidding. And then how about random stat of the week, Bri? Proprietary stats, Green Dog Blitz. Thank you for your listenership. And we're also on viewership too on YouTube. So give us a look at Green Dog Blitz. We appreciate you guys. Cincinnati Bengals are the first team in 59 years, Brian, to lose back-to-back games while scoring at least 38 points. So I beg this question. We don't have to answer. I don't know the answer. But how bad is their defense? Are you kidding me? 47-42 last minute breakdown loss to the Bears. It was a great game if you didn't like defense, but my gosh, Bengals, you can score, but you can't stop anything from scoring on the other end. You can't win in the NFL doing that.
Yeah, there's a little dissension on that team, I think, between the offense and the defense. So some of those guys are getting called out by their teammates. So that's not a good look. But what a good look is in the NFL is a little positive yardage. What do you say? It's a little time for positive yardage where we highlight the good happening off the field in the NFL. And this week, I want to throw a spotlight on the PFUFA, which stands for the Pro Football's Ultimate Fan Association. It's made up of big fans with even bigger hearts, baby. And they're once again teaming up to make a difference. This is the fifth annual tailgate challenge. The PFUFA Superfans from Kansas City, Denver, Minnesota, Dallas, Arizona, and now the Panthers in Carolina. They're taking their passion beyond the stadium to support children with life-threatening medical conditions by raising money for their respective cities' Hope Kids chapter. So these crazy fans aren't so crazy, man. They're passionate, and they use this passion of theirs to bring people together to support great causes. So learn more about this at hopekids.org. That's the organization they're supporting. And learn more about the Tailgate Challenge by just Googling Hope Kids Tailgate Challenge and make your donation. You can actually start a fundraising page and help support this effort. Either way, be sure to support Minnesota on behalf of Green Dog Blitz in our chapter here. That's it. That's this week's Positive Yardage. Thank you, everybody.
Great stuff, Bri. You got the platform out there. People want to dig deeper, dive in. I love it, baby. Nice highlight. Great segment. And another
Thanks.
great segment. One of my favorites. No respect segment.
Well, that's the story of my life. No respect.
And this week's candidate, San Francisco quarterback Mac Jones, take a bow. In 7 starts now, you're 5-2. Brock Purdy is the QB of the future for the Niners, make no mistake about it. But after week 2, he needed to come in because of a turf toe injury to him, and he hasn't been back since. So the all-important backup position to the rescue. Mac Jones, you're doing it. You've excelled with this job. Could have been his best performance last week. They went out on the East Coast to Jersey and beat the Giants to keep pace like I said, in that ultra competitive NFC West division, Mac went 19 for 24, 235 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 INTs, and spread the ball around to 8 different receivers. Yes, please. Jones was drafted in the first round by the Patriots, played there for 3 seasons, didn't quite work out, bounced over to Jacksonville last year. That didn't quite work out. So he got a job on the Niners as a backup. He's sitting there twiddling his thumbs. But no, put him in. We need you. They say timing is everything. And guess what? He has been great with the time he got right now. So good for him. He's proven that he can be a future NFL quarterback with winning games like this. So congratulations. We'll see him around, not just for the Niners, but somebody else will give him a chance. So congratulations, Mac Jones. You got my no respect this week.
Nice. That's good. Yeah, make the most of your opportunities. Another guy who is given a second chance here and making the most of it. That's
Right.
that's awesome. So, all right, man. What do you say? This is Green Dog Blitz. We
Thursday,
start.
right? Cool.
Yeah, Thursday night. It's actually Thursday night. We're actually recording this on Thursday, so we got football tonight, man. So thank you everybody for tuning in. I hope you didn't have to wait too long for this segment in this episode, but always be sure to subscribe so you get the ping when it's out there. We go to Denver, hey, where we both resided there. We shared a place there when we were younger. I mean, that's a couple
Yep.
decades ago now, buddy. But what a
Wasn't
good
too
time
far
that
from the
was.
state either. We were
I
about
know we
6
went to a
blocks.
couple games,
Yeah.
took the bus to games. Sometimes, boy,
Yep.
we have stories, but we won't get into
We got a
those.
soft spot for Denver. But does that mean I'm going to
Sure.
pick them? Let's find out right now. I'm going to
Nice.
tell you right now, Bri. I am going to pick the Denver Broncos. The line is minus 8.5. So Raiders are getting no respect, kind of rightfully so. They've only got 2 wins all season, right? They're not looking good at all. So I'm giving you my one reason I'm taking Denver is the analytics, Bri. They have got a 70% chance right now and some change. Let me just get the specific number. It is 73.8 to win this game versus 26.0 for the Raiders. And I'm going with analytics on this one, Bri. Heck with the spread.
All right. What are we saying? 8.5 or 9.5?
Yep. 8.5. It changed.
8.5. Okay. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The Broncos are going to win this. I agree. They're on a 6-game win streak. They're at home. They're going to win by a mile, not just a freaking 8.5, 9.5. Give me double digits. So
whoa, I see what you did there.
He did, dude.
A mile.
That's right.
Mile High City, baby. Now you're ready to tie it in. I love it. Yeah, we're going with analytics on this one. 8.5 is big in the NFL, but you know what? Broncos are playing big. Vegas is not. So it seems easy, right? We'll see. It's never easy as it seems like it is, but we'll try.
Yeah, divisional game. And we've talked about this before, so anything can go. But I think we're obviously both in agreement here.
Yep. We also we're looking at some trivia time, Brian, in Denver. I got one trivia question for you. Are you ready? Denver Bronco trivia.
Yeah, I'm ready. Lay it on me. I'm confident here.
Okay, here we go. All right. Which of the following distinctions can the Denver Broncos boast of? Were they A, the first AFL team to defeat an NFL team when the leagues merged? Do they have the first African-American place kicker in the NFL? Were they the first team to wear vertical striped socks? Or all of these?
Oh, you got to throw in all of these one in there, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with A.
First team to defeat an AFL team to defeat an NFL team. You are correct and wrong. And it's all of these.
Above. Of course it is. You throw that in there.
So they had first African-American place kicker, and they were the first team to wear vertical striped socks. Wow. Put that in your pocket, red carpet spotlight. And then how about all of these? The first AFL team to defeat an NFL team when they merged. So it's pretty cool, huh?
That is cool. Yeah, good trivia.
African-American place kicker was Gene Mingo. Let's give credit where credit is due. They beat the Lions 13-7 on August 5th, 1967. And the vertical striped socks we mentioned. So there you go, trivia.
That's good stuff, man. I didn't know that. So we all learned something when we listened to the Green Dog Blitz.
You're not kidding.
Yeah,
Last week, 9, there was a lot of parity last week, Brian. 9 of the 14 games finished within 1 possession, 8 points or less. Week, 8 and 7 were blowout weeks, but not anymore. I don't know what happened last week, but talk about Vegas getting nervous. And speaking of Vegas wasn't built overnight. It was built in your pocket. So I think it might be time for tall boy picks. It's time to crack and stack. The 4-pack, baby. It's us versus Vegas. Come on, let's get the best of them, Brian. Let's use our head. What do we got here? First game, Baltimore at Minnesota.
I've been waiting for this game all year long, and I just have to say, if you're listening, I am going with both these teams on my head and my sweatshirt, and I
Nice.
dedicate this one to a dear friend of mine. You knew him too, Yerv, Eric Schmidt, dear friend. He passed away too soon earlier this year, and he was a big diehard Ravens fan, and I know he'd be up here right this week to attend this game, and we would be living our best moments, but miss him dearly. But so I want to say that no buts.
I got to say,
Very helpful.
R.I.P. Schmitty,
Yeah,
and we miss you. Yeah.
absolutely. So I went back and forth on this one as far as the picks go because well, both these teams are on the rise at least over the last week. Lamar's back, Vikings, JJ's back, and it just there's something inside me that says that Baltimore is actually going to take this. But I can't. I just can't. Sorry, Schmitty. I'm taking my team. I would fight you tooth and nail and tell you exactly why the Vikings are going to win this game over the Ravens, and they're going to do it. And I'm sorry, but I'm going to hold ground for all the reasons I don't need to share. We're just flying through this one.
I
But give
love
me the
it.
Vikings.
I love it. It sounds like he's wearing his heart over his brain. I like it. I like it.
That's right.
Well, Lamar Jackson is back. That makes me nervous. But guess what? We got JJ back, right? The Vikings. They're playing with their starter and hopefully quarterback of the future. We're going to find out. But you got Derrick Henry, which makes me nervous on the other end, versus Mason running it for the Vikes. They kind of cancel each other out, but Henry's a beast. And I think J. Jefferson is a better wide receiver than the number one receiver for the Baltimore, Zay Flowers. So just looking at personnel, I be gonna take the Vikings with you, Brian. I'm gonna piggyback. Let's go. I'm gonna go with my heart. Come on, let's go Vikes. And
Thanks.
let's hope they can pull this off, baby.
All right.
They just
I
saved
like
their
it, man.
season. They've got momentum, and they're at
Exactly.
home with plus points, a home dog, and they've got momentum. I like it, baby. Why not? Let's take a flyer. And they got a better
Yeah.
record than Baltimore right now. They got to stay pace. Let's go.
All
How
right.
about New England at Tampa Bay? This is a banger of a game, huh? Two teams with big winning records right now, maybe even overachieving this season, at least New England. What do we think, Brian?
Yeah, I think this is gonna be a great game, actually. Tampa's at home, coming off a bye, and bye teams are 10-4.
Ooh.
The teams coming out of the bye this season. So, I think Tampa's gonna add to that number. They're a well put together team on both sides of the ball, and New England is, as a visitor, just isn't gonna cover 2.5 points. I'm comfortable with that. Give me Tampa.
Wow. Okay. Tampa's got a 57.5% chance to win versus New England's 42.2 if we're doing matchup indicator ESPN. I'm on an analytics kick this week. Who knows why? Let's go here. I think Brian. I don't know what to think, Brian. Baker and the Bucks. I know. Does he have Goodwin back? Do we know who's catching the ball for Tampa Bay? That makes me nervous. I feel like Vrabel has got New England on fire. I feel like they're playing so hard for him, a new first-year head coach. I think, the quarterback situation right now, as far as Drake May is going off for the Patriots, he's looking great, but it makes me nervous. You've had 2 weeks to prepare for this, Buccaneers. You better be ready. But I don't think they are going to be. Give me the Patriots. Upset, baby. I'll take them.
Okay, I felt you going that way. All
Mm-hmm.
right, are you going to bet with your heart or your mind on the Rams visiting San Francisco? They're favored by 4.5 points. The Rams are. I'll just start with this. Rams are one of those tricky teams. I mean, they should be. They're kind of Charger-esque in some ways. Maybe it's the LA part of it. I don't know. San Francisco, they are finding ways to win games all of the time, with or without their starting quarterback. Um, we got a division game here again. Boy, both six wins on this one. Give me 49ers at home. They're just going to
Oh,
protect that home, and it's going to be a great shootout match. But what are the points? 4.5 points.
mm.
San Francisco can cover that.
Okay. I like what you're thinking, Bry. This is a 50-50 matchup indicator as far as analytics is concerned. And last game went into overtime and the Niners won. And they didn't have anybody they had no John Jennings, they had no Ayuk, they had no quarterback, but they won. I think that left a bad taste in the Rams' mouth. They even lost at home to this division rivalry matchup. This is a huge one. I'm not going to overthink it. I've got to take the Rams on this. They've got to keep pace right now with the Niners because they've already lost. So if they lose this, it'll be a tiebreaker loss, and they're going to have to get a wild card instead of winning the division. So because of that, the Rams know how important this is. Give me the Rams, baby, all the time. I don't mind eating minus 4.5 points. Hopefully they can keep this over a touchdown. Give me Rams, baby. Ram it.
All right. Fantastic. Then we go back to LA, which I just mentioned for the Chargers. Pittsburgh's visiting there. Chargers are 3.5 point favors as far as I see. Both have similar records. Actually, the Chargers have one more win. But they're both in a tough division as well. Steelers on the road. I don't feel like it's a home game for these LA teams. I mean, yeah, they have their names on their locker, but that's about it. I think Pittsburgh is a tough, gritty team. I just think they're going to come in and smash mouth these Chargers and give me. This is my first road team pick, but I'm going to take Pittsburgh.
Wow. I want to take Pittsburgh because last week, for once, Pittsburgh's defense finally showed up. It's like, wow, okay, they have a defense now. And Rodgers hasn't been lighting the world on fire, but man, can he manage a game? He's not going to make silly mistakes late in the game. And like you said, the Chargers, very Charger-esque, always find a way to lose, perhaps. But you know what? Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm saying this. Give me the Chargers just to go opposite than you. I think it's going to be a really close game. It makes me a little nervous. 3.5, that hook. I feel like the Steelers can keep this around a field goal. But come on, Chargers, you can do this. Give me the Chargers. They have a 62.7% chance to win this in analytics, and Pittsburgh's only got 37% chance. Do these nerds know what they're talking about? Let's hope they do. Give me the Chargers.
All right, sweet. Okay, so we've got one pick the same. Oh, and the Thursday night one, three
Yep.
that are different. Last week, let's see, you got what do we have? You got the Thursday night game wrong. Ravens smoked the Finns, and I was correct. I went 3-4, and you went 1-4. Little pull, creating a little distance here between us now. I like to see. I think I've won 25. You've won 22.
Yep.
Correct. So here we go. You can
Starting to
make a
show
little
some
ground.
separation, Bry. You're
Yeah,
starting to
it's a little
show some
separation.
separation. But hopefully some of these opposite picks will do a taffy pull, and hopefully I can get back in the win column. But we're both doing pretty good if you're following us. You're 25 and 45 overall. It's pretty good, Bry. And let's jump on board, Bry. If nothing else, it's time for finish up this show with a Hot Mess Express like we always do. Whoop, whoop. And who's on the Hot Mess Express this week? Oof. Okay, every one-loss team in the NFL, and you know exactly who you are because you're having sleepless nights. Come on, Titans. Come on, Saints. And come on, Jets. Was this the way that you had your season chalked up to begin before everything started? What was your plan? Head coaches, GMs, coordinators, players, you're all on the hook right now for being guilty of being super stinky. Gruyere cheese. Ew. Cornered up in the back of the fridge for 4 weeks. What are you guys doing? You haven't been executing up to this point in the season. This is not acceptable. This is the NFL. You've got one win. I hope after 10 weeks here, you can turn that around and get a couple more under your belt and actually show that you had a plan this season and not just willy-nilly, let's just suck. Come on, guys. You're riding the Hot Mess Express. One win, unacceptable. Ha! Get off or you're going down next year.
All right. It's a crowded Hot Mess Express on this week. All right, everybody. This is week 10 of season 4 of Green Dog Blitz. We're so glad you joined us. Hope you had a good time. We sure did. Thank you for listening, and be sure to subscribe to our podcast on your favorite listening app of choice and share with your friends. It's meant to be shared, everybody. We want to hear from you. Shoot us an email at greendogblitz@yahoo.com. Oh, we didn't mention Yervon. It's an international game in Berlin, and we have a German listener listening in Germany. So thank you, our international listeners, our stateside listeners. We appreciate you and value your
Dankeschön.
listeners. Nice. Fantastic. All right, everybody, may the best team win this week. May that be your team. Good luck with that. Start each week with tuning into the Green Dog Blitz with Anderson and Agobian. We'll catch you next week.